Field is sitting in with us tonight. Speaking of like pleasing your fans and always being their band, do you find it really hard?
Which way are they facing?
Now?
They're facing westbound. I think he may have just been tasered. Shots fired! At 321, we have shots fired. We have one suspect down. We need him to here.
My sanity, my body, my body and spirit goes.
Please, one, we're going to need to get eastbound 36th Street North. Actually, we're just going to need 36th Street North shut down. That's Lewis, and then probably back off about 3 or 4 blocks to the west of there.
That's what we're up for. So I tell you, that is the coolest part about being in a band, is playing live. It's not the 22 other hours, getting around. It's that 2 hours that's on stage, and that is golden to me.
If we haven't already, start him.
That's where they are.
Charlie 305 on scene. Has anybody cleared the vehicle yet? Adam 321. I drove up on this incident. Currently out here. I don't think anybody else is en route to Adam 325. Hey,
This guy's still walking and following commands.
Not for taser, I think.
Got a feeling that's about to happen.
That looks like a bad dude, too, to be honest with you.
which way are they facing?
Police 1, they're facing westbound. I think he may have just been tasered.
Shots fired!
Ooh.
321, we have shots fired. We have one suspect down. We need him to here.
They need to get this eastbound closed down if they could, because they're not going to be able to let anybody.
Okay. Police 1, we're going to need to get eastbound 36th Street North. Actually, we're just going to need 36th Street North shut down at Lewis, and then probably back off about 3 or 4 blocks to the west of there.
I'm going to go up a little higher now, like here.
Good evening, Facebook family and friends. Today it is, oh, excuse me, today I'm in vodka and cranberry, maybe belch. Anyway, today is Monday, September 19th, 2016, and yay, my little cute is coming in, so I'll be able to, that little gap will be gone soon. So, we have another situation where an African-American man has been shot and killed by police. This time in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So let's look at this. The police department in Tulsa, Oklahoma released video on Monday of an encounter which the authorities said a white police officer fatally shot an unarmed black man who could be seen raising his hands above his head, which you all saw in those 3 previous videos. The department opened a criminal investigation into the shooting and said the Tulsa County District Attorney Steve Kunzweiler will review its findings. The federal Justice Department opened a several civil rights investigation. During the encounter, which took place around 7:40 p.m. Friday, Terence Crutcher, 40 years old, was shot once and killed by Betty Shelby, a Tulsa police officer since 2011. After the police received reports of an abandoned vehicle blocking the road. Video recorded by a police helicopter and a patrol's car dashboard camera showed Mr. Crutcher raising his hands, walking towards the car and leaning against it. He was then tasered by one officer. Tyler Turnbull and fatally shot by Officer Shelby, the department said, although the view from both cameras is obstructed in the moments before these actions. Tulsa Police Chief Chuck Jordan said at a news conference Monday that Mr. Crutcher was unarmed and did not have a weapon in his vehicle. Shane Tuell, a police spokesman, said Officer Shelby gave a statement to homicide detectives on Monday morning. She was on paid administrative leave, the department said. In an interview, Officer Shelby's lawyer, Scott Wood, said the officer had thought Mr. Crutcher had a weapon. Mr. Wood said Mr. Crutcher had acted erratically, refused to comply with several orders, tried to put his hands in his pocket, and reached inside his car window before he was shot dead. Chief Jordan said Officer Shelby had encountered Mr. Crutcher in his vehicle en route to the call and requested backup because she was not having cooperation from him. Officer Turnbull said his partner responded to Officer Shelby's request for backup. It was a dashboard camera in their patrol vehicle that recorded the shooting. According to the video, when the second police officer arrived, Mr. Crutcher had his hands raised and was walking away from Officer Shelby, who walked behind her with her gun pointed at his back. She joined three more officers. She soon was joined by three more officers. Mr. Crutcher was shot less than 30 seconds after the second car arrived. All right, so we can go on and on about this situation. But clearly, something took place here where the officer was giving Miss Terence commands. What's his name? I think his name was Terence Crutcher. His name? Let me get his name right. Yep. Terence Crutcher. She was giving him commands, or they were telling him something to do, and he did not comply. What he should have done when he raised his hands, he should have raised his hands, instead stood still like they were requesting him to. But for some reason he was walking towards the car and he reached into the car and he was not following their commands. Should he have been shot dead for not following their commands? I ain't a police officer. But if I was a police officer and I was giving someone commands and telling them to do something, and they were not following my commands, and they walked back to their car and reached inside of it, I probably would shoot that person too. I don't know what those commands were that they were telling him. They said he did not comply. Am I siding with the police? No, not at all. But I did, when I first saw that video, I found it very strange that this man had his hands up and was walking towards that car. And I'm looking at this thing, and before I even read anything, I watched the videos, all three. And something was not right about this. I've had many encounters with the police. Encounters where I had to lay down on the ground while they patted me down. So I don't think they would have told him to go back to that car and lean him against that car. He went there on his own. After they were probably telling him different commands. I don't know what those commands were. Now, I don't think police training would tell him to go back towards that car. I don't know. Maybe there's some audio that we can be able to hear when she said that he was not cooperating with her. I don't know the answer to that. So we're missing a few little details. What commands were they giving this man? What were they asking him to do? How was he not complying? Those are the questions I would ask before I can draw any judgment from this situation. But I will say in those videos that something seemed odd there. Something seemed strange. In every encounter I've ever had with the police, they tell me to put your hands up, or they stay where you are and they pat you down, or they actually get on your knees and then get on the ground and lay on the ground and then they pat you down on the ground. I've never been told to walk back towards the car. Which makes me so again, I would want to know, what were they asking him to do? Where were they? Because that's very important. What were they asking him? What were they telling him to do? Got to know what, before anyone can kind of figure out what this is going, because then when he got back to the car, why was he reaching into the car? I don't know. Someone asked me about these police shootings. In a lot of these instances, these guys do things they probably shouldn't be doing, and they end up getting shot. If those officers were asking him to do something, he did not comply. That's all I can say about this. What were they asking? Go back to those questions I was asking. What were they asking him to do? What were their commands? Or where were they? I mean, I'd like to know, what were they saying to him as he was walking towards that truck? So I really need to know that information before I can draw any conclusion to this. There was somebody to see what happens with the investigation with the Tulsa Police Department and what they come up with. But anyway, it's been a long day today. If you like my videos, click like. You have to watch those 3 videos. What are your thoughts about this situation? What do you think took place? Love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. I'm out of here. And I'm going to say this. I'm not going to draw any conclusions from this because I can't. Because I'm missing some vital information. All I can do is just say, like I've said, what were they asking him to do? It'd be nice if there was some audio so you could hear what was being said to him, the way they said he wouldn't cooperate or comply with what they were asking him. So what were they asking him? I would like to know that. Anyway, I'm out, and enjoy your Monday. I look forward to reading y'all's questions and responses to this video.